Okay. Junior novice, first place, Regina won with a record of 5-0. Good job, Regina. Second place, Calgary 1. Third place, Regina 2. Fourth place, Calgary 2. So what that means is for the championship round, Regina 1 will play Calgary 2, and then Calgary 1 will play Regina 2, and the winner of those will face off to be the champion. And our beginner regulars, in first place with the best record was Calgary. Second place was Fort McMurray. Third place, Fort St. John. And fourth place, Saskatoon. So that means for the beginner regulars, Calgary will play Saskatoon, and Fort McMurray will play Fort St. John, and the winner of those will face off for the championship. I'm sorry I don't have this all printed out, but it's, as you can tell, like this, I could only figure it out after all of the round robin was finished. So thank you for your patience with that. And without any further ado, let's move on into the junior regular championship round. If we could have Saskatoon 1 on the red and Calgary on the yellow, please. And welcoming Brother Jeremiah Young as quizmaster. And Sister Darla, the foul judge for the final round.
We'll be starting our semifinal quiz here in 1 minute. Just so everybody is aware, we do ask that everybody be seated, stay as quiet as possible, and then do allow whoever's standing at the door to open it and close it for you, just to keep the noise down. We will be live streaming via YouTube, and so that is live, I'm sure, as of now. So be respectful and mindful of that. And happy quizzing. This is exciting. We have 3 quizzes. This is a semifinal. The winner of this, as explained, will then go and play in the final versus either Fort McMurray or Fort St. John, the winner of that quiz. All right. Everybody's good? Everybody's ready? All right. This quiz is now in session. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 5, verse 13 says, an occasion to what?
An occasion to the flesh.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question. Who, according to Galatians chapter 2, verse 20, liveth in me?
Christ liveth in me.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 7 refers to the riches of what?
The riches of his grace.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 4 speaks of the will of whom?
Who gave himself for our sins that he might deliver us from this present evil world, according to the will of God and our Father.
That is correct. Question number 5 is a locate this verse, worth 10 points. Question. Would they were even cut off.
I would they were even cut off, which shall be Galatians 5, verse 12.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 1 speaks of who which are at Ephesus.
To the saints which are at Ephesus.
That is correct. Substitution timeout, Team Yellow. Question number 7 is a locate this verse worth 20 points. Question. Neither went I up to.
Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me, but I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus. Galatians 1, verse 17.
That is correct. Timeout Yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 records, I should not be what?
The servant of Christ.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 5 verse 11 asks, if I yet preach what?
If I yet preached what? Why do I yet do what? If I yet preach circumcision, why do I yet suffer persecution?
That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to the yellow team without interruption. And we will ask that all cell phones can be silenced, please. Question number 9 is being reread to the yellow team without interruption. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 5 verse 11 asks, if I yet preach what? Why do I yet suffer what?
If I yet preach circumcision, but yet suffer persecution, then
That
is
is
the
That is correct. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question. Frustrate. Locate the only verse of study that contains this word.
Galatians 5 verse 21.
That is incorrect. Timeout read, 60 seconds. Time. Question number 11 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question. Then, after 3,
Then, after 3 years, I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him 15 days.
that is correct. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Who, according to Galatians chapter 4, verse 1, differeth nothing from whom?
That the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a quotation completion question worth 30 points. Question. Blessed be the God
And Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who hath blessed in heavenly places in Christ.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question: according to Galatians chapter 1, verses 11 and 12, I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. Why?
For I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Jesus Christ.
That is correct. Question number 15 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Question: when does Galatians chapter 4, verse 3 say we're in what under what?
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
That is correct. Do we have a winner? We have a winner. This quiz is now closed. And our winner today is Saskatoon 1 with 160 points, following Calgary with 100 points. Top quizzer? Second highest quizzer of this quiz was Aaliyah with 60 points. And tied for first is Christopher and Christian at 90 points. You can come see me for your... Oh, there we go. Are you Christopher? Did I say? Okay. And Christian? And where's Aaliyah, right? Aaliyah was... Yeah, and Aaliyah was second. Where's Aaliyah? Where's Aaliyah? She should be second. Great job. We're just going to go with these until we run out because I don't know. Yeah, so yeah. On the last one, we'll just say it. We will be starting the next quiz here in about 2 minutes. No fouls to give.
I know. I was watching.
It's totally different this far back from the table. Because, like, me looking here, I can't see.
You know, as much as I say I want to be, I realize I don't know if I could be a media either. As much as I think, because I've seen a lot of stuff in this tournament that I would have wanted to say something to, but I suspect just me sitting there will completely calm
I think so.
people down.
That's
And that's the hope, 100%.
You don't want to foul anybody.
I don't.
Saskatoon. I think it was Saskatoon both. Quiz 13. All right, is everybody ready? You ready? You guys ready? We ask that you would just be quiet for the remainder of this quiz. This quiz is now in session. Question number 1 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question, quote, Galatians chapter 5, verse 23.
Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law.
That is correct. Is that microphone on? Okay, just if you haven't heard that, just keep the microphone as upright and as close as you can when you're speaking. Thank you. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 2, verse 20 refers to what of the Son of God? That is incorrect. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 4 mentions what world?
This present evil world.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 8 says, in all what?
Wisdom and prudence.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 2, verse 4 says that they might bring us into what?
Bondage.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 7 speaks of the gospel of whom?
The gospel of Christ.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question, according to Galatians chapter 3, verse 28, ye are all what in whom?
For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus.
That is incorrect. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Question, according to Galatians chapter 1, verse 24, they did what?
And they glorified God in me.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question, but when it pleased
God who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question, According to Galatians chapter 4, verse 6, who hath sent forth what?
And because ye are sons, God sent forth the Spirit of his Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father.
That is correct. Question number 11 is to locate this verse question worth 20 points. Question, and if ye be Christ,
Then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise? Galatians 3, verse 29.
that is correct. Timeout read, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question, according to Galatians chapter 4, verse 1, I say what?
That the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question, how many verses of study name Titus, and what are these verses?
Two. Galatians 2:1. Galatians 2:3.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question, quote, the only verse of study that contains the phrase exceedingly zealous.
And profited in the Jewish religion above many my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers.
That is correct. Question number 15 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 1 says, not of whom, neither by whom, but by whom.
Paul, an apostle, not of men, neither by man, but by Jesus Christ and God the Father, who raised him from the dead.
And that is correct. We have a winner. This quiz is now closed. We have Fort McMurray winning of this quiz is 155 points, and Fort St. John in second place with 90 points. Sadie was the second highest quizzer with 50 points. And Kiefer is in first place quizzer with 60 points. And we will be moving right into our junior division final quiz. Saskatoon. Saskatoon 1 is on red and Fort McMurray is on yellow. And this is the final quiz for the junior division. We will be then moving into junior novice. Where's the junior novice chart? Is it right there? Or no, that's not it. So who will be playing first for junior novice? Do you have that stat still?
It's in the it's in the matrix, but I'll get that for you. Just grab it.
Quiz 15.
15?
Yeah. I read one somewhere on 14.
Oh, on 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, look at that. Yeah.
One of the judges was doing it.
How many did you have?
On quiz 14?
Uh-huh.
I had two at all times, but they were, one stayed the same, which was Jason, and the other one was just revolving door.
That's me today.
It's been a long day, but it's actually went really smoothly outside of the.
It's funny how we're like, oh, it went really smoothly. Oh, yeah, there was a fire alarm.
Yeah.
It was definitely really quickly.
Okay, you ready? You ready? All right, this quiz will determine our first and second placements for our junior division. Let's give them a round of applause for making it this far. All right, and if everybody's ready, we'll begin. This quiz is now in session. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: according to Galatians chapter 1, verse 15, it pleased whom?
God.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question: according to Galatians chapter 1, verse 24, they glorified whom?
They glorified God in me.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question: according to Galatians chapter 5, verse 17, what lusteth against the Spirit?
The flesh.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 12 mentions the revelation of whom?
Jesus Christ.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 6, verse 2 refers to the law of whom?
Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ.
That is correct. Question number 6 is a locate this verse question worth 10 points. Question. This persuasion
Cometh not from him that calleth you. Galatians 5:8.
That is correct. Timeout read, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 7 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Who, according to Galatians chapter 1, verse 23, now preacheth what?
He that persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
That is incorrect. Question number 8 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question. But let every man
Prove his own work, then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another.
That is incorrect. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 1, verse 11, I certify you, brethren, that what?
That the gospel which was preached of me is not after man.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3 says, blessed us with what? Where?
Blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Christ.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time's been called. We will be doing a buzzer check. Red 1. Red 2. Yellow 1. Yellow 1. Yellow 2. Yellow 3. Okay. And we will proceed. Question number 11 is a 20-point question. Question: Who does Galatians chapter 6 verse 8 say shall of the Spirit That is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to the red team without interruption. Question number 11 is worth 20 points. Question: Who does Galatians chapter 6 verse 8 say shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting?
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a locate this verse question worth 20 points. Question: To reveal
His Son in me, that I might preach him among the heathen, immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood. Galatians 1:16.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question: Quote Galatians chapter 5 verses 24 and 25.
And they that are Christ have crucified their flesh with affections and lusts. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
That is correct. Timeout. Red, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 14 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question: in Galatians chapter 1, verse 8 speaks of any other what, and verse 9 speaks of any other what.
Gospel man? But though we were an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel.
That is incorrect. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 15 is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 records, "Do I now persuade whom, or do I seek to please whom? For if I yet pleased whom, I should not be what?"
Or do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet pleased men, I should not be the servant of Christ.
That is correct. We have a winner. Aliyah quiz is out. And we have a winner. This quiz is now closed. Our second place for this tournament is Fort McMurray with 65 points, and our first place in the finals is Saskatoon 1 with 120 points. Drayden is our second highest quizzer with 30 points, and Aliyah is our highest quizzer with 110 points. I thought we're doing novice.
Oh my goodness. Nathan loves punishment. Loves to torture. My goodness. Yeah, you're stuck. Impressive. No, sir. What? I'm just a quiz master, bro.
Okay, let's get the matrix set up.
All right, everybody, we're going to break here for a few minutes. We will be resuming with our beginners semifinals.
Just wait, Maya.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, wait. Exit and
Boom,
start.
boom, boom, boom.
Set up. Just wait, Maya. You lost your helmet? Oh, no. Okay.
Is she up first?
So I need to. Calgary goes against Saskatoon. And Fort St. John. Fort St. John. That looks right now. So all the names are already into this one. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
All just says sure, go ahead.
All right, so let's get these beginner quizzes going. On red, we have Calgary, and on yellow, we have Saskatoon. Let's get in place.
We're doing the novice beginners right now?
No, we're doing just regular beginners.
Okay.
Regular beginners, yeah.
So I will be a judge for the regular, but not for the novice. We're not going to have the foul. So I'm going to go
Okay.
up and tell them
Okay.
what I'm looking for.
So novice beginners, I don't think.
No, I realize there is a novice beginners.
Yeah, we finished that.
But the novice juniors, I
Okay,
won't
okay,
be
sure.
for them.
That's fine. Okay.
I'll just go up and explain what I'm looking for.
For beginners,
I don't
that's
want
good.
to be a meanie.
No, I mean
We're trying to just
within
elevate it a
reason,
little
I would
bit.
say, yeah, for sure. But definitely, there were a couple points where I was fouling because it was just getting chaotic, which is fine. They're kids.
And this is what I find is when someone's sitting there.
Yeah, it helps. It helps kind of keep
even
it.
sitting there,
Yeah.
it's like, oh dear,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't.
'Cause that's your whole job right there.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Brother Jeremiah's not quizmaster, but I don't know if you want to mention that to hold off the cheering.
Yes,
until
I will
the
be
quiz-
mentioning
Thank you.
that, for sure.
So you got all the quizzes? You're good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
So I'm actually running out of quizzes for beginners.
Really?
So
Yeah.
But didn't
Because there was
order
12,
there's 12, and I
and
only have
he
3
used
extras,
2
and I
for
used 2
backup
for
replacement questions.
So I use it mostly 15, but a couple from 14. It's not a big deal. So what we'll end up doing
With the
is
extra
we'll
novice
using
one.
novice. We'll use beginner novice questions by the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Honestly,
okay.
I
It's a
didn't
learning experience. This is massive. This is like a massive
We've never
tournament.
hosted a big one.
Yeah,
like
this is a
before.
learning curve.
Yeah.
Not a big
Lots
deal.
of learning curves.
read before in the first quiz as replacement. Do replacement questions like the first.
Paul and
Hello?
Apostle.
Feel that energy in that last quiz?
Yeah.
Oh, that was intense.
It was tough, bro.
It's good.
Yeah,
I like
it
it.
was good. It was good. appropriate.
I didn't know I could sweat. Got the jitters.
No, we're just laughing because she's had 6 cups of coffee today and no water. Like 5 to 11, I think. It ranges a bit. Some of them are pretty young.
How old is Everly?
I don't know. I don't know how.
Do you know? Oh, Everly.
All right, we're about to begin here. Before we do, I have a couple points for the audience. Obviously, as we're quizzing, it's been said before, but let's try to keep it down. The other thing is in that last quiz, cheering started before the quiz was closed, and so the opposite team was not even given the option to contest if they needed to. So I'm going to ask that you respect the quizzers enough to wait until the quiz is actually closed to cheer, and then you're free to cheer. Thank you. For the quizzers, you guys haven't used a mic yet today, so that's going to be a bit of a learning curve, but just try to remember that when you answer, I'm a little further away from you now, so try to use the mic. And we're all good? Okay. This quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 18 speaks of how many days?
Years. I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him 15 days.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 2, verse 21 says, then Christ is what?
Then Christ is dead in vain.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 4 says, gave himself for what?
Our sins, that he might deliver us from this present evil world.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28 says, all one in whom?
There's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither bond nor free. There's neither male nor female. For you are all one in Christ Jesus.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 15 mentions, my mother's what?
My mother's womb.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question. Locate this verse. Meekness, temperance.
Against such there's no law. Galatians 5:23.
That is correct. Question number 7 is worth 20 points. Question. Hinder you. Locate. Time is called. That is incorrect. This interrupted question will be reread for the opposing team without interruption. It is worth 20 points. Hinder you. Locate the only verse of study that contains this phrase.
Ye did one well, who did hinder you that ye shall not obey the truth? Galatians 5:7.
That is correct. Oh, thank you. Foul on yellow. Question number 8 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 4, verse 1 says who, as long as he is what?
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, difference nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 9 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
I marvel, I marvel the grace of Christ unto you, and that which we have seen.
That is incorrect. Question number 10 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 2, verse 1, I went up again to Jerusalem with whom, and took who with me also? Time has been called. That is incorrect. Question number 11 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 1, verse 23.
But they had heard only that he which persecuted us in times past now preaches the faith which once he destroyed.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, the fruit of the Spirit is what?
Is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against
such there's no law.
That is correct. Timeout red, 60 seconds. What? Yeah, I know. Thank you, Morgan. Okay, I felt like I was. Now, if it was a seniors quiz, I would have probably.
I think it was just because it's the first question he's answered.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm looking, there's no other one.
Because the only thing that I would have thought maybe it was, what was it? Sorry. Right. The only thing you could maybe say is that the rest of it was not according to verse 22.
General audience.
But it was, yeah. Are they not quizzers? Right, okay. Time has been called. Question number 13 is a quotation completion question worth 30 points. Question: For brethren you have.
Being called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
That is correct. And Clark is quizzed out. Great job. Question number 14 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Question: When does Galatians chapter 4 verse 3 say, we're in what? Under what?
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
That is correct. Question number 15 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question: Quote Galatians chapter 1 verse 14.
And profited in the Jews' religion above many of my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers.
That is correct. And we have a winner. This quiz is closed. Great job to both teams. And Calgary won that with 180 points to Saskatoon's 40 points. Great job, both teams. Our second highest was Everly with 60 points. And our highest was Clark with 110 points. Great job. Okay. Can I get Fort Mac on red and Fort St. John on yellow? Everly. Great job. Okay. If you can give it to him, thank you. Great job, dude. All right, both teams are good. Awesome. Audience, please remember to keep it as quiet as you possibly can. Thank you. Where is my pen? And this quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 12 says, neither was I what?
For I neither received it of men, neither was I taught it, but by a revelation of Jesus Christ.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question. Locate this verse. But other of the apostles
Saw I none, save James, the Lord's brother. Galatians 1:19.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 4 verse 3 states, we're in what?
Even so when we written were in bonds under the elements of the world.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 3 verse 28 says, neither Jew nor what?
Greek.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1 verse 11 mentions what which was preached of me?
But I suffer ye brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1 verse 14 says, profited in what?
And profited in the Jews' religion, but of many my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous, the traditions of my fathers.
That is correct. Question number 7 is worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 5 verse 16, ye shall not fulfill what?
The law.
That is incorrect. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse. And they that are Christ's
Have crucified the flesh with affections and lusts. Galatians 5:24.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: what are manifest according to Galatians chapter 5 verse 19, which are what?
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness.
That is correct. Audience, please don't speak while they're trying to answer. Thank you. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question: cut off. Locate the only verse of study that contains this phrase. Time has been called, and that is incorrect. Question number 11. What? Timeout? Timeout red, 60 seconds. I have red 1 interrupting. Who do you have answering question 8? 30. Oh, so was that red 1? They have red 1 as well.
I just remember lusts.
Yeah.
And is that who said that?
Yeah, that was 30. He says that every time, yeah. Anytime there's an S at the end of it, it's funny actually, but anytime there's an S at the end of the word, he very much adds it. Okay, yeah. No, it was 30. Time has been called. Question number 11 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: Galatians chapter 4 verse 2 says, under whom until when?
But is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
That is correct. Question number 12 is worth 20 points. Question: locate this verse. Wherefore thou art no more.
No more a servant, but a son, and if a son, then an heir of God through Christ. Galatians 4:7.
That is correct. 30 has quizzed out. Congrats. And a timeout red, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 13 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. A child, quote the only verse of study that contains this phrase. Time. Question number 14 is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question. When does Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 say, who sent forth whom, made of whom?
God hath sent forth his Son, made out of a woman, made under the law.
Time has been called, and that is incorrect. And then question number 15 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. And time is called. That is incorrect. We have a winner. This quiz is closed. Great job to both teams. Fort McMurray won that with 130 points. Great job. Our second highest was Gale with 20 points, and our highest was 30 with 100 points. Great job, both teams. Well done. If I can get Calgary on red and Fort McMurray up on yellow. This will be the final quiz. All right, this is our final quiz. These are our final two teams, but I want to say how impressed I am by all these beginners. It's really amazing to me how you quote these verses. My hat's off to all of you. And this quiz is open. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. What are we going to? Quiz 4? Yeah. Okay, this quiz is open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28 says, all one in whom?
There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
That is correct. Question number 2 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 1, verse 19.
But other of the apostles signed unknown, say James the Lord's brother.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 14 speaks of the Jews what?
Religion.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 13 refers to what in time past?
For ye have heard of my conversation in time past in the Jews' religion.
That is correct. Question. Time out. Red, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 1 says not of whom?
Paul, an apostle, not of men, neither by man, but by Jesus Christ and God the Father who raised him from the dead.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 16 records preach him among whom?
The heathen.
That is correct. Question number 7 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 4 says, according to what?
Who gave himself for our sins, that he might deliver us from this present evil world, according to the will of God and our Father.
That is correct. Question number 8 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 says, made of whom? Made under what?
When the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth a son made of a woman, made under the law.
That is correct. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question. Locate this verse. And if ye be Christ's,
Then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Galatians 3:29.
that is correct. Question number 10 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 5 states, to whom be what, how long?
To whom be glory forever and ever. Amen.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 11 is worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 1, verse 6, I marvel that ye are what?
I marvel that ye are so removed from him that call you to the grace of Christ and to another gospel.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 2, verse 3.
But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 1, verses 2 and 3.
And all the brethren which are with me unto the churches of Galatia. Grace be to you and peace from God the Father and from our Lord Jesus Christ.
That is correct. 30 has quizzed out. Great job. Question number 14 is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 4, verse 1, who, as long as he is what, differeth nothing from whom, though he be what? Time has been called, and that is incorrect. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 15 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote verse 9 of Galatians chapter 1.
As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any of the gospel unto you, then that ye have received, let him be accursed.
That is correct. Clark quizzed out on that last one. Great job. And this quiz is closed. Great job to the beginners this year. You guys all did awesome. Fort McMurray won that with 150 points to Calgary 115 points. Great job, both teams. Our second highest was Clark with 95 points, and our highest was 30 with 120. Great job. We're doing novices? We're doing novices. Did you do novices? Oh, who did novices? Oh, I have. You are, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Junior novice, right?
We've run out of first place ribbons, so.
Seniors are done.
Seniors are done.
Junior novice, that's it. That's it. See the light at the end of the tunnel.
No. Hey, dude. Great job today. Thanks. You're welcome.
Can I please get the coaches for the novice junior teams, Calgary and Regina, 1 and 2, to come up? I need to get the names of your quizzers here.
First up for our junior novice is Regina 1 on red and Calgary 2 on yellow. This is our last group of the tournament. We have 3 quizzes to see who is our champion, and then we will be handing out our awards. This is how it should be, yeah. Okay. You ready, brother? Where's our coach? Where's our judge? Foul judge. Oh, foul judge. Did she give up? She must have. All right. If everybody's ready, we are going to get this started. This is our junior novice division. We are excited to bring this into the district. It's been a great time. I've been encouraged watching you guys quiz for the first time, and so we're looking forward to these semifinals. We will not have our foul judge. We'll be maybe a little bit lenient on some things, but maybe not. So if we could just ask everybody speak clearly into the microphone. Make sure your buzzer number is called before you speak. Make sure you keep your hands on the table. Those were really the only major three things that we have went over today. And I think we'll have a great quiz. We're good? When we do a buzzer check for red 1. Red 2. Red, a yellow 1. Yellow 2. Yellow 3. All right, I think we're ready. This quiz is now in session. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 1 verse 9 says, "Then that ye have what?"
Received.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 1 verse 13 mentions whose religion?
The Jews' religion.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question: Galatians chapter 2 verse 4 mentions false what?
Brethren.
And that is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question: According to Galatians chapter 1 verse 15, it pleased whom? That is correct. Question number 5 is a quotation completion question worth 10 points. Question, but other of the apostles.
Saw I none, save James the Lord's brother.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 3, verse 28 says, neither Jew nor what?
Jew nor Greek.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question, but they had heard.
Only that he which persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1 verse 18 says, after 3 years I did what?
I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter, and abode with him 15 days.
That is correct. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question, in Galatians chapter 1 verse 14 states, being more what of what?
Exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers.
That is correct. Timeout red, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 10 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question, quote, Galatians chapter 1 verse 10.
For do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet pleased men, I should not be the servant of Christ.
That is correct. Question number 11 is worth 20 points. Question, Galatians chapter 4 verse 2 says, until when?
But is under tutors and governors until the time appointed of the Father.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. time has been called. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: Who, according to Galatians chapter 4, verse 1, differeth nothing from whom?
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question: Subjection. Quote the only verse of study that contains this word.
To whom he gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question: According to Galatians chapter 1, verse 12, I neither received it of whom, neither was I what, but by what of whom?
For I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of Jesus Christ.
That is correct. And Hayden has quizzed out. Question number 15 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question: According to Galatians chapter 2, verse 1 says, I went up again to where? And verse 2 says, I went up by what?
Then 14 years after, I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas and took Titus with me also. And I went up by revelation and communicated unto them that gospel which I preach among the Gentiles, but privately to them which were of reputation, lest by any means I should run or had run in vain.
And that is correct. We have a winner. This quiz is now closed. And we have, and the winner of this quiz is Regina 1 with 250 points and Calgary 2 with 50 points. And Colleen with 90 points as the second highest quizzer. And Hayden with 150 points as the first place and the highest quizzer. Who's up next?
Calgary 1 on red, Regina 2 on yellow.
Up next is Calgary 1 on red and Regina 2 on yellow. It's a good quiz. 250 points.
They put on a clinic.
All right, we'll do a 30-second timer.
Do you find the garbled up time? Is that messing you up? Do you want me to switch it? Yeah. It's just quieter. That's the only issue. Okay. You can get fouled for that? Oh.
All right. Coaches, quizzers, we're ready. We'll just do a quick buzzer check. Red 1. That wasn't at the same time at all. Red 1. Red 2. Red 3. Yellow 1. All right, this quiz is now in session. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 14 says, profited in what?
Profited in the Jews' religion.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 17 refers to them which were what?
Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me, but I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 4, verse 1 says, differeth nothing from whom?
Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from his servant, though he be Lord of all.
That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 18 speaks of how many days?
$3 years.
That is incorrect. Question number 5 is a locate this verse question worth 10 points. Question, now the things which I write unto you.
Now the things which I write unto you, behold, before God I lie not. Galatians 1, verse 20.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 10 speaks of what of Christ?
Or do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Christ.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question, but neither Titus, who?
Who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised.
That is correct. Question number 8 is worth 20 points. Question. According to Galatians chapter 1, verse 13, beyond measure I did what?
I persecuted the church of God and wasted it.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 9 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1 verse 15 refers to God who did how many things and what are they?
But when it pleased God who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace.
That is incorrect. Question number 10 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 2 verse 5 records to whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour. Why?
But that the truth of the gospel might continue with you.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. Quote Galatians chapter 1 verse 11.
But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after men.
That is correct. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 2 verse 2 says, privately to whom, why?
And I went up by revelation and communicate unto them that the gospel which I preached among the Gentiles, but privately to them which are of reputation, lest by any means I should run or had run in vain.
That is correct. Timeout red, 60 seconds. And time has been called. Question number 13 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question, quote Galatians chapter 3, verse 28.
There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
That is correct. Question number 14 is a three-part question worth 30 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 1 says not of whom, neither by whom, but by whom.
Paul, an apostle, not of men, neither by men, but by Jesus Christ and God the Father who raised him from the dead.
That is correct. Question number 15 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question, in Galatians chapter 4, verse 4 records, God sent forth whom, and verse 6 records, God hath sent forth what?
The Spirit. The Spirit of His Son. His Son.
And that is correct. We have a winner? We have a winner. This quiz is now closed. And our first place of this quiz was Calgary 1 with 155 points and Regina 2 with 90 points. Second highest quizzer was Jacob with 50 points. And tied for first is Emmanuel and Calethea with 60 points. Great job. I have no more ribbons. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm all out of ribbons. Good job. All right. So?
Regina 1, Calgary 1.
Who's on who?
Regina 1 on red, Calgary 1 yellow.
All right. And for our final quiz of the day, can everybody say hallelujah? We have Regina 1 on red and Calgary 1 on yellow. All right, let's give it a big hand clap for the two finalists. And we'll just ask that everybody keep it as quiet as possible when in the sanctuary. And if everybody's ready, we'll start this quiz. If you could ask maybe the people in the foyer to just keep it a little bit more quiet as well, if at all possible. Please and thank you. This quiz is now open. Question number 1 is a locate this verse question worth 10 points. Question, but is under tutors and
governors until the time appointed of the Father. Galatians chapter 4, verse 2.
That is correct. Question number 2 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 2, verse 3 says, being what?
But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was compelled to be circumcised.
That is correct. Question number 3 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 13 refers to what in time past?
For as many of you has heard my conversation in the time past, now preacheth the faith which ye. For as many of you has been for as many of you have heard my conversation in the times past in the Jews' religion above me.
Time's been called. That is correct. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 14 refers to what of my fathers?
The traditions of my father.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 21 mentions the regions of where?
Syria and Cilicia.
That is correct. Question number 6 is worth 10 points. Question, Galatians chapter 2, verse 5 refers to what of the gospel?
To whom he gave place by subjection, no, not for hour and hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you.
That is correct. Question number 7 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question, Galatians chapter 1, verse 23 states, he which persecuted us when now preacheth what?
But they had heard only that he which persecuted us in times past now preacheth the faith which once he destroyed.
That is correct. Question number 8 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question, for do I now persuade?
For do I now persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I shall not be the servant of Christ.
That is correct. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. And time has been called. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 2, verse 2 says, privately to them which were of reputation.
Reputation. Why? Which we have in Christ Jesus, that they might bring us into bondage.
That is incorrect. And this interrupted question will be reread to the yellow team without interruption. Question number 9 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 2, verse 2 says, privately to them which were of reputation, why?
And I went up by revelation and communicated unto them that the gospel which I preach among the Gentiles, but privately to them which were reputation, lest by any means I should run or had run in vain.
That is correct. Question number 10 is a quotation completion question worth 20 points. Question. Neither went I...
Up to Jerusalem. To them which were apostles before me. But I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus.
That is correct. Question number 11 is worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 15 mentions God who did what?
But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace.
That is correct. Timeout red, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question. Galatians chapter 1, verse 22 mentions the churches of where, which were in... And that is incorrect, and this interrupted question will be reread to the red team without interruption. Question number 12 is a two-part question worth 20 points. Question: Galatians chapter 1 verse 22 mentions the churches of where which were in whom?
Judea, Christ. And was unknown by face unto the churches of Judea which were in Christ.
That is correct. Question number 13 is a two-part cross-reference question worth 30 points. Question: Which verse of study contains the phrase might bring us into bondage, and which verse of study contains the phrase we're in bondage?
4:3, and
That is incorrect. Timeout yellow, 60 seconds. Time has been called. Question number 14 is a 4-part question worth 30 points. Question: when does Galatians chapter 2 verse 1 say, I went up again to where, with whom, and took who with me also?
Then 40 years after I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas and took Titus with me also.
And that is correct. Question number 15 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question: quote Galatians chapter 1 verses 18
And 19. Then 14. Then 3 years after I went up again.
That is incorrect, and this interrupted. We'll just ask that everybody please be respectful of the final quiz until the quiz is closed. That was an interrupted question. It'll be reread to the yellow team without interruption. Question number 15 is a cross-reference quotation question worth 30 points. Question: quote Galatians chapter 1 verses 18 and 19.
then after 3 years I went up to Jerusalem to see Peter and abode with him for 15 days. Neither I went up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me. I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus.
And that is incorrect. We have a winner? And this quiz is now closed. We have a winner. And our winner is Regina with 85 points, and Calgary won in second place with 80 points. Emmanuel was our second highest with 50 points. And Hayden was our highest with 55 points. Let's give these hands one big clap. These guys did an amazing job for our novice division. This is our first time quizzing. Thank you all. We will be moving over into our awards momentarily.
We're going to take 10 minutes to tabulate all the awards for all the divisions, so just bear with us while we do the number crunching.
Can I have everybody's attention? Does everybody want to come in and have a seat? We are going to proceed with our award ceremony. This was amazing quizzing. I think all of our quizzers and coaches and our quiz masters who haven't had a break all day need a good round of applause. Thank you. So we are just printing off our results here, keeping you all in suspense. Okay, we need a few more minutes, but that's okay. The silence is really great. Let's play the silent game. Is there any announcements for the pizza that I should make while he's doing this? Is it ready or ordered, or how's that working?
So it's downstairs.
Okay.
$5 per person.
Okay.
And we're gonna start with 2 slices each.
Okay.
There's also lunch for gluten-free people.
There's what? Lunch? Okay.
The rice and noodles that we had. If they're gluten-free people that can't have pizza, they can have that.
Okay. Okay. I'll just say that to kind of fill in the time.
And then people can pay by cash, debit, or credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. While we're waiting, I was talking to Sister Karen. The pizza is ready downstairs. So when you're done, when we're done this, you can go down, have something to eat. They're asking for 2 pieces right now to start with for the $5 to make sure that everybody gets 2 pieces. You can pay by cash, debit, or credit downstairs. And there is some gluten-free options for those that need that. So immediately following, we'll go have something to eat, and then everybody can start changing their clothes that's going to the gym. What are you mocking me? I just know you. Do you? So I'd like to see you talk about it.
There's 7 divisions to do, so it's taking
That's okay.
some. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what? No, it would be
And then we should call up the quiz masters to do their divisions, right? Is that how we're gonna
that'd
do
be
it?
nice, yeah.
Should we start with the proficiency award while you do that? Because I have the name.
Yes, let's do
end with
that.
that?
No, let's do that because
All right, I think what we're going to do, Brother Jeremiah, where are you? Can I? While we're just finishing the last of the team and then individual awards, one of the things that we did this year is we asked the coaches to submit the names of all the quizzers who completed their material for this tournament with a proficiency of 80% or greater. So we were going to start with that award while we're finishing up the others. So I'm going to call the names. I'm going to call the names of all the quizzers that we've received. And when I call your name, I'd like you to just come and stand in front of this whole platform and spread out from one side to the other. Okay, so starting with the beginners. Everly Grell, Maya Lynn Arlt, Clark Polero. 30 Hermogenes, Gail Friesen, Cheyenne Schaefer, Seth Chappell, Caleb Chappell. Juniors, Ollie DeLu, Christian Polero, if I say that right, Jax Dene, Drayden Dene, Kuiper LaChica, Sam Lee, Delilah Schaefer, Jeremiah Schaefer, Sadie Lambert, Michael Lambert, Marie Chappell, Aaliyah Caboti, Christopher Campbell, Shaniqua Salmon, Kylie Good, Kieran Good, Anthony Good, Michaela Knopp, Evan Lewers, Honesty Alexander, Seth Hootie, Christoph Landero, and David Otoyolu. I said that wrong. Otoyolu. Let's give these people a hand. All of these quizzers learned their material with proficiency and deserve a huge amount of credit for that. The most important thing that we know is that they learn their material. So sometimes we go to quizzes and you're an excellent quizzer, but you don't win an award. And we always feel like it needs to be recognized when they put in the work. And this is what is valuable. Let's give these guys a hand one more time. Thank you very much. You can all have a seat.
We have 5 left over, and everybody got one.
Okay, we're going to give.
So all the top quizzers?
No, because we have 3 extra for the Fort St. John team whose quizzers didn't come but finished their material.
Oh,
They had asked me.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah, 3. And I'll go give them
no,
to
that makes
to her.
sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. You're welcome.
How many quizzers do we have total? Do you know?
I don't know. I just know 31. I was trying to think about, because I know none of the novice teams qualified for this award. So that it's with the novice quizzers. I'm not sure. It's got to be around 50, I would think.
At least, I think.
Yeah.
Nathan will know as soon as he's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we want to do?
So we could.
That's all for me. I'm doing the team awards.
Yeah, you know. See, that requires work.
Don't be looking at that. Go sit down.
No, he wants a gift card. And I said,
No.
that requires work
Yeah.
and dedication.
I want a gift card for putting up with you. I know. Do you need me to ask for cleanup, or do you have a cleanup crew?
Can we get that started? Well, not. Sorry, I'm just.
That's okay. I just didn't want.
Yeah.
I was going to say we need some volunteers to help clean up.
Help clean it up. That's right.
Just so you all know, we are going to ask for some volunteers to help clean up, especially those of us who traveled. We don't want to leave Calgary with all of the cleanup. They hosted it, and I think we need to give Calgary Truth Church a hand for the great job they did. And all the coaches that have traveled, the excess quizzes, I want you to take a binder home for your division, okay? So make sure you come up here after. There's some of us that have access to that, but the ones that didn't get the email, this is who it's for, okay? So come for the quizzes after. it's really hard to get down because we have so many divisions. All done? All right, Brother Nathan?
Yeah, I know. I just did everything. Okay. Yeah? Yeah. That's more math than I ever want to do in like 15 minutes with 105 people waiting on you. Okay, so I apologize. We tabulated the results here. So we're going to start off with the team awards, starting with the beginner regular division. And I just would like, is Thomas here? Do you want to present these awards? By all means. Thomas did a great job today. Thank you very much, Brother Thomas. These are the team awards. Third place, second, first. We'll do this after.
So we'll go through all the teams first. All right, so we'll begin with the teams. And again, I want to say how great all of you did. I am always so amazed by the kids learning these scriptures. It gives me real hope for the future of apostolic belief. So I commend all of you. In third place, we had Fort St. John. So great job to you guys. Well done. And you come on up. Okay. In second place, we had Calgary. Great job, guys. And then in first place, we had Fort McMurray. Phenomenal job.
All right, great job. Beginners, you can take your seat. So next up, we'll have the junior novice division. Brother Jeremiah, do you want to?
And in third place for our junior novice, we have Calgary 2. And in second place for our junior novice division, we have Calgary 1. And our first place for the junior novice is Regina 1. All right, good job, everybody. Let's give them one last hand clap. And next up, we have our junior regular division. And in third place, we have Calgary. And in second place, we have Fort McMurray. And our first place winner is Saskatoon 1.
For
This is the team awards.
yeah, what about the individual awards?
These are all tournament team.
Okay then. Regular, Christian Polero. Okay then. Yeah. So it's just elite. Okay then. Okay then.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's
okay,
fine.
that's
Yeah, I
good.
just want to make sure that the name. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure that the names are correct.
buddy.
All right. Just wait for the photos. All right. Good job, juniors. All right, next up, the intermediates. Brother David will announce these awards.
All right, intermediates. We also had a lot of New quizzers, and it was wonderful. So we're going to start with the novices. We're doing the teams intermediate novice. Third place was Calgary 2. They may have gone. They were early. I thought I saw Samuel, not two. There he is. There he is. All right. And then we had in second place, Saskatoon. And in first place, Calgary 1. All right, are we doing the alternate? Teams, okay, so teams. Thank you. This was the intermediate novices. All right, and then for the intermediate regular division, in third place we had Calgary 1. In second place, again, we had Saskatoon. And in first place, intermediate regulars, Calgary 2.
The other side, guys. All right. I will announce the experienced because they were split across 2 rooms. Okay, so thank you to the intermediate regular division. Great job. Okay. For the experienced division, coming in third place, the combined team of Saskatoon and Fort McMurray. And coming in second place, Saskatoon 2. And the champions for the experienced division, Saskatoon 1. If you could come on down. Great job. We have a photo. Did we get a photo for the... Can someone please get a photo? There's phones all over this place. Okay. Now that's a camera. Sorry. Okay. Okay, one more. Awesome. Okay, thank you. Experienced. All right. I'll just run through Okay, and just for time's sake, I'll run through the all tournament teams now. Starting with the beginner regular division in 5th place, Seth Chappell, if you could come on down. In fourth place, Gail Friesen. 3rd place, Everly Grell. 2nd place, Clark Palareo. And in 1st place, 30 Homogenes. Great job, the all tournament team for the beginner regular division. All right, the junior novice division coming in 5th place, Jacob Pasqua. In 4th place, Colleen Almero. 3rd place, Calithia Goldborn. 2nd place, Emmanuel Adeleke. And in 1st place, Hayden Adriatico. I'm sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. Just wait for the big camera. Good. All right. Thank you to our junior novice all tournament team. And for the junior regular division in 5th place, Drayden Dene. In 4th place, Christian Palareo. 3rd place, Jax Dene. 2nd place, Sadie Lambert. And in 1st place, Aliyah Cabote. There you get up there. There you go. All right, thank you very much to our junior regular division. For the intermediate novice division, coming in 5th place, Nicolay Downer. In 4th place, Sophia St. Pierre. 3rd place, Eunice Ramirez. 2nd place, Samuel Adeleke. And in 1st place, she's not here, but she deserves it, Diana Hu. Let's give her a cheer. All right, Diana. All right, we're good. Thank you very much, our intermediate novice all tournament team. All right, moving on, intermediate regular division. In 5th place, Victoria Ramirez. In 4th place, Toby Oseni. Coming in 3rd place, Evan Lewers. And in 2nd place, Anthony Good. And in first place, Kieran Good. All right, thank you to our intermediate regular all tournament team. And to finish off the awards tonight, the experience division, in fifth place, Johnny Nelson. In fourth place, David Otoyelu. In third place, Christoph Landero. And in second place, Honesty Alexander. And coming in first place, Seth Hude. Just wait for the big camera. All right, thank you to our experienced all-tournament team. All right, I am so proud of all of these quizzers. The energy, I did not expect that after this long day. Let's give everyone a big round of applause. Great job to all of our teams. Every quizzer, you deserve it. Awesome. All right, so we have a couple things now. We have pizza downstairs, $5 per person. After that, we have the gym across the parking lot booked until 10 o'clock. But before that, if we could ask all able-bodied people, men and women, if you could help us with the tear down in the upstairs room, the sanctuary, and the small hall downstairs, we would really appreciate it if you could just help us clean things up. It would make us all go to bed that much earlier. So thank you, and God bless you. Coaches, come get the quizzes so you can use them to practice. And we will see you at youth conference in March.